All right.
Man,
And we're live, my brother.
what's up?
So, all right, guys, I have I'm very excited for this interview. This is a guy that I know for a long, long time.
Yes, sir.
Um, since I was probably, oh, you were probably 15, 16 when I met you.
Mhm.
So that was like 20 years, 15 years ago.
Mhm. Yeah.
So,
I'm 28 now, so yeah, 13 years,
wow.
14.
Wow. So I have here Lando Vannata, man. I'm super excited. It's hard to catch this guy. He's always busy training like crazy, flying and, doing all kinds of stuff. Um, so we're going to talk about your career and anything else that anybody here, they're free to go to ask any questions. Um, and I want to thank you before we even start, to join me here. This is something that I just started, and I really appreciate the caliber that you are right now. You're a superstar to be here sitting, taking your
I'm a
time.
superstar, man.
How's it going, brother?
Really, really good, man. Really good. Happy to be here on the show with you, man.
Nice, nice. I like the mohawk. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, bring back a little punk rock in my life.
Right. There you go. So I'm gonna start shooting questions, man. Just the deal. Just be you. That's one of the things I was looking for to have you here because you're free spirit. You speak your mind, and you're super smart guy, and that's what I admire about you. Besides the fighting,
Well,
you know
thank
what I mean.
you.
So you ready to go?
Let's do it.
All right. So let's tell everybody when you started training MMA. How did you start it, and so on.
Well, even before MMA, I was like, I grew up an athlete, right? So me, my brother, our parents, we raced BMX all around the country. And by the time I was 6 years old, 1998, I was a two-time national champion in the sport. And ended up leaving the sport in 98, 99, and then kind of just didn't do anything for a few years. And then when I was 10 years old, my aunt, she brought a little gift bag of UFC gear and videos. And so it was UFC 30, UFC 31, and I would watch those videos like every day coming home from school. And so I checked those out, man, and I loved it like every day, and I became just absolutely obsessed with it. And
Nice.
that was a 10. And then fast forward 3 years, I finally found my first gym down there in Newport Richie and started training.
Nice. You did wrestling in high school, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah. So I trained jujitsu for 2 years, got my blue belt, and then I stopped doing jujitsu and I just focused on wrestling from my sophomore year till I finished high school. Placed at states my senior year. Went and walked on at Chattanooga, Tennessee, D1 college up there. Wrestled there for a semester. Wasn't my thing really, so I just backed out and moved to Albuquerque
I
right after.
remember. I remember you were big in wrestling, and all of a sudden you changed, because for you guys that don't know, we have a friend in common, PJ. PJ is the one that introduced me to you. You came and trained with us a little bit, and he said, "This kid, man, we play in the backyard," and he always used to say he wants to go to Jackson's MMA. He wants to live there and train and become a UFC fighter. I was like, "That's impressive." The age that you were, I think you were 15, 16, something like that, and
Yeah, I knew from the time I was 10 years old though. It's like as soon as I saw it for the first time, this is what I'm gonna do. Like I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna be a UFC fighter and be a UFC champion.
that's super cool, man. So amateur fights you had here in Florida first, is that
Nah,
correct?
nah. So I never fought amateur in Florida. I only had two amateur fights, both here in Albuquerque. Well, both in New Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Oh,
yeah,
you two fights and you just jump into pro.
yeah. So I was like training with UFC level guys every day. You know, my main training partners were like Guito Perez, Cub Swanson, Cowboy, Carlo.
Jesus
Like
Christ.
like Murderers Row, 2011, 2012. And I had two amateur fights, won them both. Um, and then I was gonna have a third one, and that fell through, and then I was gonna have another third one, and that fell through, and then like a year and a half had gone by, and I was like, I'm just gonna go pro. So
Nice.
pro,
It
and
worked well, man. It
yeah,
worked
that's
really
what
well.
I got.
I'll see later on if we can play some of your highlights. I was watching, I was like, this is just insane, bro. To try to figure out your style, it's the hardest thing ever. You know, from
It's definitely it's weird.
I like it, I like it. I like it a lot. So you fight as lightweight for you guys that you're not used to MMA. The weight it's one his division is 155. And what's your weight when you walk around?
So right now I'm about 175, but I fluctuate anywhere between 170 and 180, depending on what's going on in my life.
How do you enjoy the cut weight?
I hate it. People
Yeah.
always like, you gotta go to 45. They think I'm small, man. I'm like nah. I if you look at me from the front, I don't look very assuming, but I got a big old back. I got pretty big legs and a big butt, so I carry all my weight like on the posterior. So I'm walking
Behind.
around, I'm walking around 180, man, and I got hard cuts. Like I show up to fight week normally about 170, and then I'll drop down to. So we weigh in Friday morning. Thursday morning, I usually wake up like 65, 66, and then
Dang.
and then I'll cut 9 or 10 pounds, that day.
That's insane, bro. I'm miserable when I used to cut weight for competition. I hate everybody. I hate the
Yeah.
world.
Oh, me too.
You
Yeah,
want to
it's fun.
strangle everybody.
But it's
Um,
like it's just like it's part of the job. You just gotta.
yeah,
I know a lot of people that get real soft when it comes to weight cuts, and they complain they don't want to do it. And you got to force them in the bathtub. And for me, I just try to block everything out, and
right.
I just sit there until I need to.
Well, you get paid for it. It's your profession. It's your career. You got to be professional. Period. Sometimes I wonder, like, some guys, yeah, things can happen. They take like a camp of 3-4 months. You have that whole time to lose that weight that you already know, and you show up at weight day, and then you just over
Yeah,
being unprofessional unless something happened.
absolutely.
So how long ago you training at Jackson, bro?
So I trained at Jackson's. I came out here 2011, January 2011, and I trained there until I want to say 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
roughly 2 years ago. So I'm
Nice.
training for about 7 or 8 years.
Damn.
Yeah, Jackson Wink.
Now, let's say I don't know how it works. If you could tell me, Regis, I have a camp here for 3-4 months. What's your daily schedule? Like Monday through Friday, let's say, for instance. Giving us an idea.
Yeah, so depends on like what my training schedule looks like, but normally, so like if I went into camp right now, my schedule would look like I would wake up around 8 a.m. I would either do cardio or strength and conditioning. So I'd either be lifting circuits, be out in the mountains, mountain biking, or trail running. And that would be about an hour ish. And then I go right into doing some technique work for about an hour. So I get about a 2 hour morning session in. And I come home, eat, take a nap, relax, kind of get some stuff done around the house, hang out with my dogs, walk my dogs. And then I usually sometimes I'll do a second session in the afternoon where it'd be, lighter, or maybe I'll go and I'll wrestle, do a private session, something like that. Not every day, but sometimes. And those would be shorter, like 45 minutes to an hour. And then I'll go eat again, rest, relax. And then at 7 o'clock, we go and we do our pro practices at the gym. And then normally 4 out of the 5 days, they're pretty hard,
Nice.
on an intensity level of like 8 to 10, and go for about an hour and a half, 2 hours at night.
Right.
And
Yeah, I
then
like
and then just come home, eat, and pass out.
do all over again the next day.
Yeah,
People don't know, man. They think it's easy, bro. I don't know what,
no,
the nap thing, you have to have it there right after in the morning. You know what I mean? I train the jiu-jitsu, I still training twice a week. And when I come back, I just want to take a nap. I can't because I have the after school and this and that. And I can't imagine you guys. It's just
yeah. It's
insane.
like you think about it, and it's like, oh, you work out twice a day. It's like, yeah, so I need a nap, but it's like I work out twice a day, but I work out twice a day 5 to 6 days a week.
Right.
So it's like this huge accumulation of stress. And
Right.
yeah,
That's brutal, man. Now, the mental part, which I know I wanted to ask you this. That's a personal question.
yeah,
What do you do for your mental training? Because I know you very like right there. You're on a different level. I know that for sure.
yeah. So I actually,
Um,
yeah, go on.
do you do any sports psychology or anything like that?
Yeah. So I actually work with a great local guy, sports psychologist, PhD. Excuse me. Um, been working with him for like 2.5 years now, and he's been an absolute game changer for me. And it's been really great. His name's Dr. Shandon, and he's been working with high caliber athletes for years and years and years. And basically, what we do is a lot of like mental imagery mixed with what we call power words. So we take these certain words that we link to certain emotional states. So I might have a word that's like linked to the state I want to be in, like the mental state I want to be in when I'm grappling, right? It's like I
Mm-hmm.
want to be like patient and heavy, calm, relaxed, like, and these things I don't have a word for it. And then we use it in live practices. So we use it like when I'm actually going live, I'll use the word, but the majority of it is used in a mental practice. So I'll sit down in like 10, 15 minutes every morning, and I'll do a mental practice on that specific word, imagining myself in a fight or in a training situation where I'm going through these different situations, how I want my body to react, how I want my mental state to be, and just keep repeating that word to myself over and over and over again.
Nice.
And so I have
Nice.
these words that are linked to different emotional states for everything you could think of when it comes to fight wise and just personal life. And yeah, it's really great. It's helped me immensely.
Yeah, man. I like that part a lot for an athlete because I was watching a podcast with Mike Tyson and how much he changed his mental stage from 6 months ago. Then now that he has a fight, that he keeps saying about his ego, his mental training, it's there. That's one of the parts that I really really enjoy. And I had a chance to work with a sports psychologist one time, and it gets to a level that people can understand. It's super
Yeah,
cool.
it takes people don't want to do it because it's like it's not as the gratification isn't the same as doing a physical workout. You do a physical workout, you feel great after. You just got a good sweat in. You got all these endorphins released, and then in mental practice, you feel calm. You feel all right. You feel pretty good, but it's not as the same. It's not as gratifying, and it's almost people don't want to sit still for 15 minutes.
No.
It's much harder to do, and you don't see results immediately. Like the results take a long time. It's very accumulative.
Right. You have to really be willing to do that kind of training, the mental training to get results. I totally get it, man. That's awesome. I'm glad I knew you were doing something. I was
Yeah,
like, I can tell the way you're fighting is just like you're in a different level. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Back in the day, it was just like I used to just meditate, right? And
Uh-huh.
then sometimes on fight night I'd be on, and sometimes on fight night I'd be off. And now that I started working with this guy, almost every time when it comes to performing, I'm on.
I like it, man. I like it. So let's talk about fights. What's your record now? You were 18,
So,
18 wins. What's your record now?
I think it's 11-5-2.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask you this question. Out of all the fights that you had, which one was your favorite
My
fighter
favorite fight.
that you had most fun?
Um, Probably the first Bobby Green fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You guys
that fight.
have this kryptonite Superman kind of thing with each other.
We'll probably fight again. I hope
I think you are. I think so too.
in a few years, a couple years down the line.
Hmm. You
But
guys
yeah,
will meet again.
that was definitely has been my favorite fight so far. It was wild, man.
Yeah, it's.
Absolutely wild.
I saw
It,
that. I could tell.
it was and it was just so much fun. My God, so much fun.
Yesterday I was talking to one of my students, and he wants to compete, and I said, he's like, "What's competition about it, Regis?" I said, "Well, for me, when I'm there fighting, when you get into the zone." you can see anything else, you hear anything else, but that person in front, you just go to a different mental dimension that you can't describe. You have to feel it.
Mhm.
And I think that's why I kept competing for so long. Do you feel the same way?
Absolutely. But it's that is definitely one of the big things. But I also know I can get that in many other ways. Like I like to go ride motorcycles and I like to go mountain biking. And so I can go to the track on the motorcycle and like really get down. And I can get to that same state doing other physical things. But I think for fighting, the reason I love fighting so much is the just like exponential growth that you can get from it. You know, it's like other sports, they're going to teach you a lot about yourself and a lot about life, and you're going to get a lot of growth. But the actual having a fight, that experience like reveals more about who you are than just about anything I can imagine.
Yeah. When you're there, it's you. It's Lando's personality there. You
Yeah,
can't hide. You can't pretend. When you're playing football, it's no disrespect. It's a different ball game.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. And there's levels to it, and I just feel like the art of fighting, training, and competing is more revealing of your actual of your soul of your being than anything else. And if you want to grow as an individual, competing in any type of combat sport is going to make you grow on a much faster track.
Right. I agree with that. I should have that in writing. Put on my wall there in the school so everybody can read that. So
But
make sure when you come to Florida, you come here and visit us.
yeah, I will 100% next time I'm
That'll
down.
be super cool, bro. That'll be super cool.
I would love to, man. Next time I come down, I'll come down and teach a class.
Nice. I would love to. I'll just sit back and just like taking pictures and be like, this isn't real. I saw this kid training. Now he's teaching here, running a seminar. Super cool. Now, fighters wise, which one out of all of them that it's like your idol? That's one guy they just like a real, like, not just style wise,
Uh,
personality overall.
I actually my favorite fighters that I like really, really, really enjoy. Um, Giorgio Petrosian. He's a kid, Giorgio, the
Hmm.
kickboxer. Yeah, amazing. And not only is he just so like technically flawless, so damn good, but he's just humble. And
Hmm.
I appreciate that. Like I'm not a big fan of the guys who talk a lot. You
And
know,
can back it up.
yeah, even the ones that can, like Connor and Kamzat, like great fighters. I
Right.
can't stand either of them. But the guys that are humble and just like no matter how much success they find, they always stay the same person. I think that's awesome.
Right.
So
Doesn't
guys,
change.
yeah, Giorgio Petrosian I like a lot. Lomachenko, one of my
Hmm.
favorites without a doubt. Sugar Ray Leonard is one of my favorites. In MMA, I don't even know if I have a favorite. I think you guys from a stylistic standpoint, somebody I really like right now is Charles Oliveira.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Is he in your division? Division
yeah,
below? Did he
yeah.
dropped?
No, he was at featherweight and then he came up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and now he's on like a 7-fight win streak. He just demolished Kevin Lee in his last fight.
I didn't watch that one.
That is good.
Holy. Do you know that he lives like literally, well, if he's sitting in Brazil, it's pretty much 40 minutes where I was born.
Yeah, where was that?
Well, I lived in Santos. He lived in Guarujá, which is like
Right
not too
down.
far.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like 45 minutes by the beach. And, it's so cool when I read a little bit about him and I was like, holy cow. But he was probably even born when I was living there.
You have any fighters that made it from your hometown?
No, not that I know of. Oh, I think Bushisha, if I'm not wrong, he has, well,
World champion grappler, right? Buchecha?
yes, he's
Yeah.
moving to MMA now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he has a school there in my city, in Santos. He's
Awesome, man.
moving to MMA now. Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's a
Yeah.
different ball game, totally different ball game.
Yeah. And some people make it work and some people don't when it comes to specialists.
Right.
It
You
doesn't
know,
matter. It's weird. It's like it doesn't matter what specialty they come from either. You got guys like Stylebender, who's an amazing kickboxer, but not the best kickboxer, and
right.
he's turned it up. And then you had like Gokhan Saki, who was like a multi-time world champion. Then he comes over and he got knocked out in the second fight.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah,
Can't figure it out.
yeah.
Can figure it out. Style wise, not because you're here. I was talking to one of the parents from my school, and he's excited. He's probably gonna watch later. And we were talking about your style. I said, me as a coach watching, if I was coaching a guy and that guy would have to fight Lando, and I will be watching, I will try to figure out his style, where he's gonna go. Now, you can't predict. I just can't predict what you're gonna do. Do
Yeah.
you plan out, or you more like a spontaneous fighter? You just feel it, you just go with the feel.
Yeah, definitely more, definitely more spontaneous. Definitely more like actions and reactions. Um, Not to say we don't plan. We definitely plan,
Right.
but it's not like we're gonna go in and do A, B, C, D. It's like this guy has patterns here, bad patterns here. He always does this when he gets to this point in the cage. Anytime he gets taken down in this position, this is his go-to. So we just have like we're kind of planning on things that we know he's going to do. Um, but if you look at my last fight,
Mm-hmm.
definitely looks like I am just a guy that goes out and just like it's free flow and it's everything happens in the moment. But that's not quite. Like if you look at the fight before that with Yancey, like I like to set traps, so it's very free flow, but also I'm trying to set traps. I'm trying to like pick people apart, trying to analyze more. So when I'm on, yeah, I try to be free flow with a lot of trap setting.
I like that. I like the fact that you drop your hands and they think they can punch you, and when they realize you're on the other side of the fence and you're just catching them from the back. Or it's just amazing, dude. Whatever you're doing, it's working because it's beautiful to watch. That it's something not so predictable, from a
Yeah,
standpoint of a coach. I try to figure it out and just like what he's gonna do now. He's gonna kick, and then just you shift your weight in one way that's hard to figure. Is he gonna kick? Is he gonna spin like that spinning hook kick that you knocked the guy? I watched today again. I was like, holy shit. That was insane. I couldn't predict that because you didn't set up your hip to the point that you're gonna sit in that leg and spin it. No, it's just a flow. So just keep it up.
Taekwondo background, man.
There you go.
You guys are spin to win all day.
Yes. I used to. Let me see if I can pull some of your highlights here, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hang on. That would be fantastic, bro. You guys there at home, if you want to ask any questions, I'm sure your mom is watching too.
Hey, mom.
Okay, that's not it. Hang on a second. There you go. This is going to be fun. All right. This is one thing that after we watch, I caught something at the beginning. I don't know if you saw it, but let me play this. Right here when you start yelling, look at the old man's
Oh,
face.
I know. Yeah, yeah. He's an awesome guy too. I scared him so bad.
You scared the shit out. I watched that 3 times. I was like, he did scare the old man. So I'm gonna let everybody see this and they can feel the energy, man. There you go, buddy.
Yeah, that one's still so surreal, man.
And you got a bonus for that,
I did. Yeah,
right?
4 bonuses. My first 4 fights. Trunks are Yankee.
That fight was amazing, bro.
Yeah, that one was it was crazy, dude. That was the whole plan was to go in there and shock the world. That was like everything we said beforehand was shock the world.
That part, that's when I thought you got him. When he sat back and you punch him and he got up and you punch him again.
Yeah, he's just so he doesn't ever stop moving. So it was so hard to track him down.
Huh. Look who's talking. He's just like him. The
Yeah,
old man.
his style is a little bit more. I feel like he's crazier in his style than I am in mine.
And he's very long with his arms, right?
Yeah, he's tall and he's lanky. He's also one of the hardest hitters I fought.
Really?
So I would say second hardest.
You would think he's so skinny he won't be that strong.
Yeah, yeah, you don't think so, but he's got really, really good pop on his punches.
Nice. There. I was
Yeah,
like, that's it.
yeah,
Son of a gun. Nice.
yeah. I mean, in honesty, I'm glad I didn't win that fight.
With Ferguson?
Mm-hmm. It would have put me into a precarious position.
Did he go to the title fight after that or no?
Nah, who did he fight after that? He
I don't
fought
remember.
RDA, Dos Anjos,
Oh,
and picked him apart for like 5 rounds.
yeah. I've been watching your videos, man, a lot. Did you, what's the name of that gymnastic that's kind of the flow that you do here?
So it's actually remember Connor's guy, the movement guy, Ido Portal.
Oh,
So Connor was working. So all right, so I found this guy online years ago, man, like before Connor was on the scene, and I started following like all his different stuff he was doing. I was trying to imitate it, and then trying to search and find like as much stuff as I could find on him.
right.
His name's Ido Portal.
Oh, I know. Now I remember. I remember. Yes.
Yeah, and he ended up blowing up, man, because Connor was doing his stuff, and Connor brought him to the UFC for like the to help warm him up, be there for open workouts and stuff. And then so he blew up with him. And then after the McDessie fight where I got the spinning heel kick knockout, I went out to Thailand and spent a week with Ito and his team, and learned a lot of great stuff from them, the movement patterns, and that have helped me a lot.
Nice, nice. I remember. Yeah, he does this body movement that you guys just feel like you're watching a rope moving.
Yeah.
There's no edges. It's everything's nice flow.
The fluidity is insane.
Yeah.
And then it's just like a combination of so many things. It's like he started out as a capoeira,
Mm-hmm.
and then he started getting into gymnastics, and he started working with this coach. I believe his name is Christopher Summers from Gymnastic Bodies. Maybe it was like a coach like a lot of high level gymnastics. So he started working with him, and then he started working with hand balancing, like masters of hand balancing, just everything you could think of, dance, martial arts, and just kind of just combined everything together into a mash and
It
created his own
works.
thing. And it's amazing. And then he just studies so much. The guy's extremely intelligent, extremely passionate about what he does. So
Nice, nice, brother. Um, you can tell that you've done something like that because the way you're moving, training. Let me change the direction now. Who do you pick tomorrow? Paulo Costa or Adesanya?
Costa, uh,
It's a
to be
hard one,
honest, I've never seen. I don't think I've ever watched one of Costa's fights. I still watched this fight with Yoel. I think that's the only one I've seen.
right?
Um, so I'm not 100% sure on that one. I don't know how good his striking is. I know he's been knocking people out left and right. I know he's massive, he's huge, he's a black belt, but Izzy's long, lanky, and a precision, man. His accuracy is so good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm excited for that one. But I think Jan Blachowicz is going to beat Dominic Reyes.
You think so?
I think so. I think his
Uh,
pressure and his power, man. I think he's going to have. I think he's going to have Reyes on edge in that fight.
that's gonna be a good fight. That's for sure.
Yeah,
That's for sure. And what do you think about Jones moving up to heavyweight?
I think it's great.
It's gonna be crazy, bro.
It's great, man. I want to see who he fights first.
Right.
I don't know. Who do you think he's going to fight?
I don't know. It feels like the UFC and him, they're looking more about big fights, big
Yeah,
names.
well,
You know, I get it. He reached that level that now let's play and let's make money. I don't think he should fight Brock. I just don't think that there's,
yeah.
this hype thing. I think what's that? I can never say his name. The black guy, the big dude that hits like a wall.
You talking about
Nagono.
yeah, Ngannou.
I would love to see that fight.
Yeah, Francis. Yeah, Francis
Yes,
Ngannou.
Francis. There you go.
That dude's one of the nicest guys ever, man.
Really?
Every time I go up to the so when I fought close, right? He fought Derek Lewis on the sand card,
Hmm.
and we're like standing there before weigh-ins, and in a circle, and it's like me, him, my coach, and one other guy, and they're all talking. I'm just kind of standing back, and then Francis goes, bro, looks at me and goes, "You, my favorite fighter.
Oh,
I
bro,
love
that
watching you fight, bro."
that's
So
awesome.
every time I see him in Vegas, so I'll just be like, I'll get to Vegas, I'll be in the locker room, like put my stuff in the locker, and he always walk in and go, Lando.
With the accent, right?
Yeah. He's just such a nice dude. Awesome guy. Super humble, super chill.
Nice, man. Yeah, I saw him getting some tips from Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
I was like, man, those guys are same weight, and the height difference is like night and day.
Oh
You
yeah.
know?
I mean, Tyson was always a small heavyweight though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like
He
220, 225,
yeah.
like 5'10", maybe.
He's gonna fight again. That guy is dude. He's nuts.
Is it, so is the thing happening with him and Roy Jones?
Yeah. Well, I don't think it's gonna happen. I think Roy is gonna pull his groin. To be honest with you, before I think so, because he
I don't
keeps saying
want to
that
see
he
it,
made a
man.
mistake.
I don't want to see either of them. I hate watching these dudes in like their late 40s and 50s fight. Like
Yeah.
watching
No.
Chuck, watching when Vanderlei and Rampage fought. Sad, man. I don't like
Yeah.
watching.
Well, your reflex is gone. Tito. You know,
You're
it
slow. Not only like reflex, but you just like you're not firing
time.
the same. You can
Yeah.
tell they're stiff too. It's like from all the years of fighting, you build up. If you don't take care of your body the right way, and even if you do, you build up so much scar tissue from
Yeah.
all the wars you go through,
Yeah.
and it wears on your body, and you become stiff. And you
Yeah.
watch guys fight, even like Henderson, Dan Henderson, and like his last few fights. Everybody that stays too long, just they look stiff and they look slow.
Yeah. You don't get faster. That's for sure.
No, yeah. Unless you're TRTV tour.
Right. I like, what GSP did. He kind of retired on top,
Mm-hmm.
unless he comes back, which I don't think would be a smart move. Anderson should have be retired long time ago, and he keeps coming. He has one more fight, you know.
Yeah, at least on like Anderson's part, he still wins.
Right.
Now he's still good, and he still can be like his fight with Adesanya was a good fight.
Yes. That was
Yeah,
beautiful.
right. And Adesanya is smoking everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like really cool to watch.
He looked like his younger brother.
Yeah, 100%. Like same exact build. So the guy that I fought that night, so that was that Australia card that I fought on,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy that I fought that night was Anderson's homie, and they look like exactly alike.
Really?
Like same height. That kid was like 6'3", looks exactly like Anderson.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
Same
I'll
build and
remember his
everything.
name. Yeah.
Yeah,
He has one more fight, he said, and that's it.
yeah.
It's about
Did
time.
they line him up yet with somebody?
I don't know. I think he's gonna fight. He was supposed to fight this guy, black guy. He was in the UFC. What's the name of that show?
The contender?
No, I forgot his name. He was knocking people. He's did a spinning hook kick just like you and knocked somebody out.
Oh, Uriah Hall?
Yes, they're gonna
Yeah.
fight.
Oh, okay. That'd be
Oh,
good. That's a good fight.
he's nuts, bro. That guy is like massive. He's
Yeah.
gonna go
He's
through
a good
him.
dude. He's
Yeah.
jacked.
All right, my brother. I really, before we wrap this up, I wanna thank you so much, man. I haven't seen you face to face. We are now over the internet, but I only see you through fights and UFC. I really appreciate the respect, because you didn't change a bit. Still the same person, free spirit. Just stay like that, man. Stay like that, because that for me, it's just like you up here. You have all the success. You didn't change. I see your pictures. I follow you here, Instagram, Facebook, and you're still the same humble person. So props to you, brother. Very proud of you.
Thank you, bro. And next time I'm
No
in,
problem.
I'll make sure I come visit.
You better. All right. It's recorded now.
You're rolling now. What belt are you now?
Purple. Purple.
Well, okay. All right. We
Got
gotta
one more.
roll. We gotta
I'm
roll.
getting close to that brown there. It's just
Yeah.
like 46, bro. It doesn't get better.
I'm not looking forward to it.
No, we're gonna have fun. We're definitely gonna have fun. So,
Yeah, definitely. Let's get down next time for sure.
all right, brother. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. Much respect.
Absolutely, bro.
All
See
right.
you.
Take care, brother.
Bye, man.
Bye bye.